right, now with a look at some birthdays. Our big shot birthday, Doc from The Love Boat. Actor Bernie Coppell is 90. Actor Monty Markham, 88. You may not know the name, but you would know the face. Actor Marriott Hartley, 83. Comedian Joe Flaherty, 82. Ray Davies of the Kinks, 79. Actor Meredith Baxter is 76. And her co-star on Family Ties, Michael Gross, also 76. Guitarist Joey Molland of Badfinger, 76. Drummer Joey Kramer of Aerosmith, 73. Guitarist Nils Lofgren, 72. Actor Robin Douglas is 71. Actor Lee McCloskey, 68. Actor Josh Pais, 65. Actor Mark Coppage is 60. And actor Michael Dolan is 58. Actor Carrie Preston, 56. Actor Paula Irvine, 55. Actor Juliette Lewis is 50. Actor Maggie Siff, 49. Actor Chris Pratt is 44. Actor Jussie, is he still working? Jussie Smollett is 41. Okay. Actor Michael Malarkey is 40. Singer Lana Del Rey, 38. Actor Yasha Washington, 34. Local birthdays, we got them. We have happy birthday wishes going out today to Luis Moreno, Carl McElvaney, Alex Baca, Maria Luisa Carrera, Alicia Alvarez, Luis Solis, Violet Green, Johnny Nunez Jr., Crystal Luna, Smokey Sanchez, Antonio Estrada, Jesus Martin, Jaden Cesena, Edith Lizarga, Jojo Vasquez, and Katie Kryman. Happy birthday from KXO. Okie dokie, it's 7:30 straight up at AM 1230, KXO El Centro, California. I'm Carroll in the newsroom. It's Gene.
Good morning, Carroll.
First day of summer. Are you ready?
Well, that's it. It says that, so it has to be true.
It has to be true. And I think it'll be next week before the real summer temperatures hit.
Is that a prediction now?
Yeah, it's kind of the prediction. I think it will start over the weekend and build from there.
Yeah, well, I noticed you were wetting the tips of your fingers and holding them up in the air to...
Yes, and checking woolly bear caterpillars,
Yeah.
All the important things.
You wanted to see what the humidity was like, which is very low right now.
Extremely low. And... that, as we have learned with electronic equipment, sometimes creates issues because of static electricity.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yes.
Also will kind of make your hair stand up on end.
Or both, yes.
Yeah. It can do it all.
Yes.
Okay. So, any plans for the summer?
Stay cool.
Okay.
That's a
exist.
Exist.
And to the folks that are new to the Valley and you have not been through a summer, it's easy. Okay?
It's easy as 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, falling off a log and taking candy from a baby. You got it. We can do it. And to those, we have found many folks follow us on YouTube, since our morning news here is... on our YouTube channel.
Mm-hmm.
And some of them back in the Midwest where, it may only be 98 degrees, but it's 98% relative humidity.
Yeah, or higher.
Yes. Okay, and that'll make your hair curly.
Yes, sirree.
Okay. So, anyway, how about a dad joke of the day?
Okay, this is not to be confused with a dad joke.
Yes, dad joke.
Yes.
Okay, what did the 0 say to the 8?
I don't know. High 9.
What did the 0 say to the 8? That belt looks good on you. You got to think about it a little bit.
Yeah.
Okie dokie.
Okay.
Yeah, kind of jokes. My dad didn't tell those jokes. Okay. Are you ready for news?
We got a lot of news coming up.
Let's jump in with a look at World and California news headlines brought to you this morning by Lock Air Conditioning and Custom Sheet Metal. Lock, your year-round comfort specialist.
CBS News Brief. People across parts of the South are bracing for another day of scorching weather, and almost 200,000 customers have no power after severe storms this week. Advice from Consumer Reports' Diane Umansky.
Closing the blinds, closing the drapes, when the sun is going to be hitting them. If you want to take a little bit more of a step, you can caulk and weather strip your doors and windows.
Despite search crew reports of underwater noises, there's still no sign of the submersible missing since Sunday, with 5 people on board, and oxygen could run out in less than a day. CBS's Jared Hill.
CBS News is learning that in 2018, a group of leaders in the submersible industry sent the company a letter warning of possible catastrophic problems and a planned mission to the Titanic wreckage.
Fed Chair Jerome Powell testifying before a congressional committee right now, and the likelihood of more interest rates to come. CBS News Brief. I'm Deborah Rodriguez.
Become a Lock Air Conditioning VIP customer and get special pricing on cooling and heating tune-ups all year long. Call today to become a Lock Air Conditioning VIP customer at 760-93-LOCKE. That's 760-93-LOCKE. Lock VIPs receive discounted service and maintenance, discounted repairs, and priority service with prompt service. Lock Air Conditioning is your local York dealer, but they repair it all. So when the need arises, don't hesitate to call Lock Air Conditioning at 760-93-LOCKE. That's 760-93-LOCKE. Lock, the only name in air conditioning for over 40 years. York, install with confidence. Contractor's license number 696216.
Headline News, President Biden in San Francisco, hearing from experts on artificial intelligence.
My administration is committed to safeguarding America's rights and safety, from protecting privacy to addressing bias and disinformation, to making sure AI systems are safe before they are released.
Biden asked about news that his son had been charged by the Justice Department for text-related misdemeanors. The president only responding with, "I'm proud of my son." State Attorney General Rob Bonta announcing new efforts to fight organized retail crime. In Beverly Hills, he said a new partnership between the Justice Department and retail business people will cut criminals off at the pass.
By agreeing to pool our intel and our investigations and to share in the detection and reporting of retail crimes, we will be nimble, we will be in sync, and we will be much more organized.
List of the most prevalent threat actor countries behind sponsored cyber attacks is out. San Jose-based Trellix reporting that 79% of all malicious activity detected can be linked to China. Jeff Scott, California News.
World in California News headlines brought to you this morning by Lock Air Conditioning and Custom Sheet Metal. For repair, for replacement, call the experts, Lock Air Conditioning and Custom Sheet Metal. Page 1 of the local news, a service of El Centro Motors, Quick Lane Tire and Auto Centers, 3 locations in the Valley. Remember, they service all makes and all models, and you never need an appointment.
Taking a look at the latest in local news, we have a visit with Brawley Mayor George Nava.
It was a packed house, let me tell you. There was a lot of people there, packed house. Probably hard to see from the video online, but packed house. We had many people really passionate about some of the items that were on the agenda, and they came to express their viewpoints. So I'll tell you, those are very engaging meetings, and this certainly was one of them. So first and foremost, we started out with some public appearances and comments, and on that was a presentation from our Fire Chief Mike York, who presented the city with a new firefighting apparatus, which is our new fire engine. And he worked on that for several months along with his team there at the fire department. And they had this unit come down. They actually went to go help design it, and it's put in use now. And so now we're equipping it with the firefighting equipment. But I can tell you, it's a beautiful piece of equipment for the city of Brawley, for its residents, and for everyone. And so the last time we had a new piece of equipment like that was in 2016. So it's been a few years, and beautiful, beautiful fire engine. So if you see them out there, out and about, please stop and check it out while they're out. So congratulations, Fire Chief Mike York and the Brawley City Fire Department. I really am happy for them. We also had a presentation regarding the opioid crisis in Imperial County, presented by Gabriela Jimenez, Assistant Director of Behavioral Health Services, and Under Sheriff Robert Benavides with the Imperial County Sheriff's Office. So they did provide an update on the issues they're facing throughout the county and things that impact us in our city. we went through the consent agenda, and that was pretty standard items. But when we got into regular business, there was really, quite honestly, dozens and dozens and dozens of people there for some very particular topics, very specific topics. And one was on an item brought forth by Councilmember Gale. It was the discussion potential action to adopt City of Brawley resolution proclaiming June as Pride Month. And so that was a topic that was the most, talked about, if you will, item. And so there was several people there. Some were for, many opposed to the proclamation. Ultimately, we heard from everybody, and I did appreciate everyone's input. Ultimately, the motion did not carry forward, but it was still civic participation at its finest. I think it was a good meeting and good discussion for everybody. We had other items that were of significance that were being discussed, and that was the discussion regarding the City of Brawley noise ordinance. And so that was presented again by Councilmember Gale, and there was, that wasn't as heated, but it certainly brought forth a lot of commentary. In particular, there was some discussion from Spot 805 and their management staff and their employees that were there, and because they're the ones that are being, the complaints are being directed at, and so. Ultimately, the city will work on a noise ordinance, but for the time being, we were able to broker, if you will, a meeting with the Chamber of Commerce, with the owners of Spot 805 and the Ciudad Plaza residents. So hopefully that, and two members of the City Council, which include Mayor Pro Tem Ramon Castro and Councilmember Donnie Wharton. So I'm hoping that brings forth some resolution. It's been a long time coming, and I'm hoping that gets resolved soon. And I'll try to keep this nice and short for you. We also, more importantly, quite honestly, we adopted our city budget for the fiscal year 2023-24 and, approving it. So great job by city staff, by our finance department, by every department head out there in the city, and our city manager, of course. And I'll tell you, it's always a tough process. I've been doing it for many, many years, and the past few years have just been a lot smoother. And it went very well. So I appreciate city staff's time, all that time and effort to make it to where we operate in an efficient manner. I always tell people Brawley's not rich, Brawley's not poor, but we operate with a tight budget, and they've proven that we can operate with about 135 people that serve about 27,000 residents. So good job on their behalf. Another item that was brought forth a little bit of controversy there, which was the discussion potential action to approve Assemblymember Eduardo Garcia's request for letter of support of AB 918, which is the Imperial Valley Healthcare District Assembly Bill. And so there were members of Pioneers Memorial Healthcare District there presenting and expressing their viewpoint. Ultimately, we as a city council did approve the letter of support with some caveats, and those were caveats that were aimed at trying to clarify some of the amendments that were included in AB 918. So that looks like it's going to move forward, and we obviously have heard from several people on this topic. So that's really what happened during our meeting. We did have some closed session items, but nothing really was done there. And then ultimately we had multiple items on that were just customary in nature, a $5,400 budget adjustment to the fire department, things of that nature. So we got through those fairly quickly, and we did cancel our meeting for July 4th because that is a national holiday, and so we likely will have an emergency meeting later in the month, and then our regular meeting on the 18th. But I can tell you that please spend a little time, go out there and watch the video for the City of Brawley on our Facebook page. It was very, very interesting, a lot of public engagement, and it just was an experience.
And that is Brawley Mayor George Nava. El Centro Motors Quick Lane Tire and Auto Centers are here for you. Now, before you head out on a summer road trip, head into Quick Lane, ask for the works. Trained technicians will change the oil using up to 6 quarts of synthetic blend oil and filter. Rotate the tires, top off the fluids, check the belts, hoses, battery, and brakes, all for one low price. It's the works at Quick Lane Tire and Auto Centers, at El Centro Motors, the Imperial Valley Mall, the Brawley Auto Center, or with their new mobile service wherever you are.
Continuing with more local news, we have a visit with the mayor of El Centro, Martha Cardenas Singh.
I would like to take this opportunity to give you an update of the amazing growth and the housing development that is projected here for the city of El Centro. As far as residential development, last week on Thursday, June the 15th, we had a groundbreaking ceremony for the Jacaranda Garden, which will be a 96-unit affordable housing. Looking forward to the great opportunity for growth and new residents in our city of El Centro. The Jacaranda Gardens are going to be built right across the street from First Responders Park. In addition to residential development, we also have the Courtyard Via apartments that are in phase 2 with a projection of 60 affordable units. The El Dorado Family Apartments is in phase 3, and that will include 64 apartment units. Continuing to talk about residential development in the planning process, we're looking at apartments coming in on 6th and Spear apartments. That will be 292 apartments that will be built in that area. The address for those will be on 6th and Spear. In addition to that, we also have apartments that will be going in on 1274 Pico Avenue. We're expected to have 56 apartment units built in that area. In addition, we have apartments that will be built on Main Street and La Brucherie Avenue, a projection of 177 units. As for our town center subdivision, it's in the planning process, which is on Frankshaw Drive and 10th Street, and 104 single-family units are planned for 2024. Our Willow Bend subdivision is in planning review, which is on 4th Street and Willow Bend Drive. It'll be 120 single-family lots, and that is planned for 2024. The Lotus Ranch subdivision is currently underway. That's on La Brucherie Avenue in Wake. The projection for that area is 574 single-family lots. So as you can see, great opportunities are taking place as far as our housing development is concerned in the city of El Centro. So looking forward to the many projects before us and improving the quality of life for our residents. I'd like to take this opportunity to share some highlights from yesterday's City Council meeting. We got great news. The City of El Centro was a recipient of the 2023 Water Safety Activities Grant in the amount of $5,000 from the Imperial Irrigation District that will go towards our Summer Aquatic Center that will allow and foster the opportunity to teach individuals the life-saving skills of swimming. We'd also like to invite everyone to our 4th of July pool party at the El Centro Aquatic Center. Enjoy delicious food from local vendors. Relax and enjoy the lazy river. Challenge yourself on the aqua track and splash around in our beautiful pool. It's a party that you can't miss. So save the date, Tuesday, July the 4th from 12 to 4 p.m. at the El Centro Aquatic Center. Our summer programs are in full swing. We have activities for children of all ages. Visit our website for more information on registration and summer programming opportunities.
And that concludes this edition of Local News. Stay with us for Page 2 coming up.
Page 1 of the local news, a service of El Centro Motors, Quick Lane Tire and Auto Centers, 3 locations in the Valley, at El Centro Motors, in the Brawley Auto Center, and at the Imperial Valley Mall. Jumping right into Page 2 of the local news, served up by Kxo Sushi Bar and Grill in Imperial. Great Japanese food, sushi rolls, like 50 different varieties of sushi rolls, one for every state.
Continuing with more local news in Page 2 this morning, the county sheriff's office holds a fundraiser Here's more on that story.
It was to raise funds for autism awareness. Late last week, they presented the proceeds from the fundraiser. They presented a check for $1,460 to Best Step Forward. Representatives from Best Step Forward said they were beyond thankful for the Imperial County Sheriff's Office hosting the amazing Awareness for Autism fundraiser that benefits individuals in their program. For KXO Local News, I'm George Gale.
El Centro police arrested a man in a stolen pickup truck. Police were able to locate the pickup at about 9:50 in the morning Tuesday in the area of 8th and Pico. The truck had been reported stolen in Riverside. Officers followed the truck to an apartment on North Imperial Avenue where they confirmed the truck as being stolen and then were able to arrest the 37-year-old man who was driving the truck. He was booked at Imperial County Jail. Charges included possession of stolen property, possession of burglary tools, and drug charges. And it's Free Fishing Day. It's coming up. That's 2 free days are scheduled every year. Here's more on that story with George
They
Gale.
are scheduled by the California Department of Fish and Wildlife to free fishing days this year are July 1st and September 2nd. Both are Saturdays. The special days allow anglers to fish without a sport fishing license. Fish and Wildlife says the special days are good ways to introduce someone who has never fished to the sport. All other rules and regulations remain in effect. To find out about the rules and regulations, go to the CDFW website. For KXO Local News, I'm George Gale.
We'll be back with a look at the weather.
Kxo Sushi Bar and Grill in Imperial is serving the best Japanese cuisine in the Imperial Valley. The menu is full of outstanding entrees. Yes, there's something for everyone at Kxo Sushi, including for the kids. Kxo Sushi offers you 50 different sushi rolls. They're named after our 50 states. And there's fresh sushi and sashimi, plus beer, wine, and sake. And oh, I forgot to mention, they also have teriyaki chicken or beef, rice and noodles. Kxo Sushi Bar and Grill in Imperial. They're open daily from 11 a.m. till 9 p.m. Kxo Sushi also caters and welcomes big groups anytime. Call 760-355-4440. That's 355-4440 for your takeout.
Carroll Buckley, here he is with the weather.
According to the National Weather Service, quiet and dry conditions will continue through the rest of the week, with temperatures remaining at or slightly below normal. Breezy to windy conditions are expected to develop over the region tomorrow. Temperatures expected to rise above normal through the weekend, with potentially the hottest temperatures of the year developing by early next week. 101 our high yesterday, 70 the overnight low, wind gusts at 33 miles an hour yesterday. Today will be sunny with a high near 102. West-northwest wind 10 to 15 miles an hour, with gusts as high as 20 miles an hour. Tonight, mostly clear, a low around 71. West-southwest wind 15 to 25 miles an hour, with gusts as high as 35 miles an hour. Thursday will be sunny with a high near 96. Southwest wind 15 to 20 miles an hour, increasing to 20 to 25 miles an hour in the afternoon, with gusts as high as 40 miles an hour tomorrow. 80 degrees, 11% relative humidity, wind out of the north-northwest 5 to 10 miles an hour. Page 2 of the local news, served by Kxo Sushi Bar and Grill in Imperial. Check out the daily lunch specials. The dinner menu featuring 16 different entrees. Kxo Sushi Bar and Grill, just off Highway 86 in Imperial.
More than 80 million Americans depend on AM radio for their news, traffic, weather, sports, and a community connection. It's the backbone of the emergency alert system, keeping us safe in dangerous times. It's critical that we keep AM radio in cars, because when cell and internet services are down, this free emergency service could be your only lifeline. Text AM to 52886 and tell Congress we need AM radio in cars. This message furnished by the National Association of Broadcasters.
It's Sports Time, brought to you by Pioneers Memorial Healthcare District, an affiliate of the Scripps South Network, working together to provide you the best care. Padres did it again. Well, their bullpen did. Padres lost. Bottom of the eighth inning. Walk-off walk. Giants slipped by the Padres 4-3. Dodgers shut out the Angels 2-0. It was the Braves beating the Phillies 4-2. Orioles over the Rays 8-6. Royals, they blanked the Tigers 1-0. Blue Jays shut out the Marlins 2-0. It was the Yankees 3, Mariners 1. Cardinals topped the Nationals 9-3. Cubs beat the Pirates 4-0. Reds over the Rockies 8-6. Guardians slipped by the Athletics 3-2 in 10 innings. Red Sox bombed the Twins 10-4. Brewers beat the Diamondbacks 7-5. Astros over the Mets 4-2. And it was the White Sox nipping the Rangers 7-6.
Pioneers Memorial Healthcare District, ready to serve you and your family for all your healthcare needs. Let our team of dedicated physicians guide you on your journey to better health. Pioneers is a recognized leader in healthcare and has more than 10 health centers and clinics throughout the Imperial Valley. When the need arises, don't hesitate to come and see us. We have services and locations in Kxo and Brawley, and of course, our award-winning hospital, Pioneers Memorial. For more information on all of Pioneer's services, visit pmhd.org today.
Well, the Mountain West Conference sent an additional letter to San Diego State informing the school that at this time, the conference will not approve any exceptions the school had requested last week when it gave notice that it intends to resign from the conference. San Diego State had requested a 1-month extension. Mountain West said no. San Diego State waiting for a bid from the Pac-12 or possibly even the Big 12. Yeah, gonna go big time. And Venus Williams is set to make her 24th appearance in the singles at Wimbledon. The 43-year-old American was given a wild card entry yesterday. That's it for Sports Time. Sports Time brought to you this morning by Pioneers Memorial Healthcare District. Log on to pmhd.org for more information about Pioneers. Thank you for choosing Imperial Printers Rocket Copy. In today's highly competitive business climate, your company's image is important. The printed materials your company uses conveys a major part of that image. Our graphic designers have the talent and expertise to create a lasting impression for your business. Imperial Printers Rocket Copy offers virtually any type of business solution to meet your needs, from business cards and stationery to computer forms, full-color brochures, and posters. Let our excellent service and attention to detail provide the best impression for you. Locally owned and operated, Imperial Printers Rocket Copy has locations near you at 430 West Main Street and 100 South 11th Street in El Centro and 184 South Plaza in Brawley. And it's time for financial news and a brief look at the weather, brought to you by Southwest Security, a locally owned company protecting you and your property. Well, California no longer has the most expensive gas in the nation. Yeah. Drivers in the state of Washington are celebrating the official start of summer with an unwelcome sight. Yeah, the average cost of regular gas in Washington state jumped 32 cents over the past month. That's about 7 cents ahead of California, which is notorious for our high prices. And Gannett, the largest newspaper publisher in the U.S., is suing Google, alleging the tech giant holds a monopoly over the digital ad market. The publisher of USA Today and more than 200 local publications filed the lawsuit in a New York federal court yesterday. They're seeking unspecified damages. Gannett argues in court documents that Google and its parent company, Alphabet, controls how publishers buy and sell ads online. The result is dramatically less revenue for publishers and Google's ad tech rivals, while Google enjoys exorbitant monopoly profits, according to the lawsuit. So what's happening on Wall Street? Well, first off, the Fed chief Jerome Powell is telling Congress expect higher interest rates. And Wall Street reacting with red. The Dow right now off 62 points at 33,991. The S&P 500 down 23 at 43.65. The NASDAQ down 165 points at 13,502. Gold off $4.80 an ounce. Oil up $1.03 a barrel.
Hi, this is Jason Jackson, owner of Southwest Security. 2 years ago, I opened Southwest Postal, offering you 24-hour access 365 days a year. So if you're tired of dealing with the inconvenience of our post office hours and you would like to be able to get your mail when you want, Saturdays, Sundays, holidays, in the middle of the night, then come visit us at Southwest Postal with 24-hour staff. Plus, we're also your local FedEx, DHL, and Postal Service Center. We even offer text message and email notification when you receive your mail. Southwest Postal at the corner of 4th and Heil in El Centro.
And taking a look at Imperial Valley weather on this, the first day of summer. We will have sunny skies today with a high near 102, west-northwest wind 10 to 15 miles an hour, gusting up to 20 miles an hour. Tonight, mostly clear, a low around 71, west-southwest wind 15 to 25 miles an hour, gusting as high as 35 miles an hour. Thursday, sunny with a high near 96. It'll be windy. Southwest wind 15 to 20 miles an hour, increasing to 20 to 25 miles an hour in the afternoon, with gusts as high as 40 miles an hour. And 81 degrees, 11% relative humidity. Financial news and the weather brought to you by Southwest Security Services, offering 24-hour-a-day post office boxes at Southwest Postal, 4th and Heil, El Centro.
Wouldn't it be great if life came with a remote control? You know, you could hit pause when you needed to, or hit rewind, like that time you knocked down that wasp's nest. Uh-oh. Well, life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome, but prediabetes does. With early diagnosis and a few healthy changes, you can stop prediabetes before it leads to type 2 diabetes. To learn your risk, take the 1-minute test today at doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its prediabetes awareness partners.
Yeah, I'm so stressed. Our business is growing. We've got people all over now.
Uma.
What is that? Meditation?
I'm recommending the Uma cloud phone system with auto attendant and more than 50 features.
Uma?
Yep. Switching to Uma is a cinch. Just $24.95 per month per user, plus taxes and fees.
Uma.
Now you're feeling it. Find small business calm at ooma.com/radio. That's OOMA.com/radio.
The best oldies on the radio. KXO El Centro on AM 1230. KXO.
This is CBS News on the Hour, presented by Indeed.com. I'm Steve Kathan. Underwater noises detected as the search for a missing submersible intensifies. CBS's Cammie McCormick.
With more aircraft and vessels headed to the North Atlantic, Chris Brown, who is a friend of a British billionaire on board, is trying to remain optimistic.
There's always hope. As an explorer, you never give up. I'm quite sure they're sitting there conserving oxygen, trying to keep calm, doing everything that they can, which should be somewhat limited, and just hope, we all hope that people can get to it in time.
In the meantime, Navy experts are studying what the noises picked up could be, though it's still unclear how teams could reach the submersible, which could be as deep as 12,000 feet below the surface.
5 people are on board. It was headed for the wreckage of the Titanic. New questions about Supreme Court Justice Samuel Alito. ProPublica reports he flew to a private Alaskan fishing trip with hedge fund founder Paul Singer, a man who had business before the High Court. CBS's Scott McFarland says Alito insists he did not have to recuse himself in a Wall Street Journal piece.
In an op-ed published hours before ProPublica's report, Justice Alito denied what he dubbed charges made against him. In reference to the ride on that private plane, Alito said that Singer allowed me to occupy what would have otherwise been an unoccupied seat.
The Federal Trade Commission has filed suit against Amazon.com, charging the retailer with enrolling millions of people into its paid subscription Amazon Prime without their consent and then making it hard for them to cancel. There are calls for energy conservation in Texas, which is being slammed with triple-digit heat. It's a scorching first day of summer in much of the southern half of the country. Brian Eckberg lives in Tulsa with no power, no AC, and a day in the 90s.
Next few days are going to be really important. Everyone needs to be nice. It's going to be hot.
people are going to be out of everything, and they're going to be mad. So a smile goes a long way right now.
Overseas, a sharp uptick in Middle East violence. CBS's Linda Gradstein is in Jerusalem.
Carloads of Jewish settlers set dozens of Palestinian cars and fields on fire, vandalizing homes, and even torched a Palestinian ambulance. The settlers were responding to a deadly shooting attack that killed 4 Israelis at a gas station in the West Bank yesterday. That attack followed an Israeli raid on a Palestinian refugee camp Monday and clashes between Israeli soldiers and Palestinian militants.
Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell telling a House committee today more interest rate hikes may be needed to get inflation back down to 2%. Wall Street right now, the Dow is down about 9 points. This is CBS News.
Need hires who dazzle without the hassle? You need Indeed. Their powerful platform helps you attract, interview, and hire candidates all in one place. Visit Indeed.com/credit.
Hey y'all, my name is Tiara, and a little thing that I love about the Chick-fil-A Spicy Chicken Biscuit is that it has the perfect amount of spice to jumpstart my day. Whoever thought of it, thank you so much.
Hi, my name is Robert, and the little thing I love about Chick-fil-A Spicy Chicken Biscuit is the biscuit. It reminds me of my grandma's homemade biscuit. It's always buttery and savory. Then you add the spices, instant classic.
Order the Spicy Chicken Biscuit on the Chick-fil-A app today. Real Chick-fil-A guests pay for their testimonials.
So you just used bug spray in your home. Now what? Well, between the waiting for things to dry up and keeping your family away from the mess, it hits you. You could have used Zevo. Unlike other bug sprays that stick around, Zevo goes from kill to clean in seconds. Plus, it's safe for use around people and pets when used as directed. Zevo, people-friendly, bug-deadly.
Now a look at what may be the most expensive home in the country.
The Wall Street Journal says Casa Encantada in Los Angeles is on the market for a potentially record-setting $240 million. It measures 40,000 square feet, features 40 rooms, including 3 kitchens, and sits on 8.5 acres near the Bel Air Country Club golf course. Former owners include Conrad Hilton and Dole Foods billionaire David Murdoch. The current occupant, financier Gary Winnick, says the house is like a Jackson Pollock or a Pablo Picasso, a work of art in a league of its own. Deborah Rodriguez, CBS News.
Tickets for Lionel Messi's soccer debut in Miami next month are expensive. The cheapest have skyrocketed to more than $1,000 each. And those aren't for the good seats. Those wishing to get closer to see the action will be shelling out closer to $10,000. I'm Steve Kathan, CBS News.
And now, more of the best oldies on the radio with Carroll Buckley.
I turn it on in the morning and I leave it on all day.
AM 1230.
My music station.
KXO.